To be successful, product people, stakeholders, and development teams have to work together, but when people collaborate, things don't always go smoothly. Here are two examples. Joe, the sales rep, has promised a feature to an important customer without first talking to you, and Sue, the Scrum Master, said she'd help the development team get better at planning, but the team still overcommits and underdelivers. Now, as the person in charge of the product, you should resist the temptation to ignore these issues and hope for the best. Instead, you should address them, offer constructive feedback, and help the individuals change their behaviors. But that's easier said than done. Asking someone to change their behavior can be difficult, especially when you're not their boss, when you're not in a position to tell them what to do. To help you with this challenge, I have developed a feedback framework, which I'll explain in this video. I'm product management expert Roman Pichler, and I write about dealing with difficult people in my book, How to Lead in Product Management. My feedback framework consists of 6 steps: connection, objective, issue, causes, actions, and closure. You can download the framework for free from my website. The link is in the description. Let's now look at the individual steps in more detail. The first step is to connect with the other person. Ask them how they are, what's going on for them. This allows you to empathize and build trust, which in turn will have a positive impact on the conversation. It will make it easier to share difficult feedback. Building on the example with Joe, the sales rep, you might say something like, "Joe, it's been a while. How are you doing? Have you been traveling lately?" Next, state the objective of the meeting and describe the context in which the issue occurred. You might say, "Thanks for making time to meet with me, Joe. I want to talk to you about the feature you promised to one of our customers, the feature request you issued, and the impact it's had. I also want to discuss with you how we can improve the way we handle feature requests in the future." In the third step, address the actual issue, but rather than telling the other person what's wrong and what they should do differently, ask them to share their perspective. What is their version of what happened? What did they observe? And how are they feeling about the issue? Listen attentively with the intention to understand. This shows the other person that you are interested in what they have to say, and it ensures that you take in all the information. You might ask Joe, "How did the feature request come about? How did the conversation with the customer go? And how did you experience the following interaction with me?" Then describe your observations. Be frank but kind. Stick to the facts. Don't judge, blame, or accuse. Don't generalize, sugarcoat, or exaggerate. State the impact that the issue has had, including the feelings it has triggered in you. You might say, "Thanks for sharing your perspective, Joe. I was shocked, to be honest, when I heard that you promised the customer that we would offer the feature in the next release. I can still feel some frustration now when I think about it. It put me in a very difficult position. As we could not afford to disappoint the customer, I had to change the agreed product goal and consequently deal with complaints from the other stakeholders and the development teams." Once you've shared observations, take the fourth step and determine the issue's underlying causes. Create a shared understanding of why the problem occurred. Find out what caused the other person to act the way they did and what drove their behavior. What were their underlying goals and needs? You might say, "Joe, you regularly talk to our customers. How come you weren't aware that the customer wanted this feature when we agreed on the outcome of the release and the functionality it should provide?" Next, determine the actions required to address the causes and improve the situation. Encourage the other person to come up with suggestions rather than telling them what to do. You might ask questions like, "What needs to be done to stop the issue from recurring? And what will you do differently in the future?" Additionally, state the actions that you ask them to take and share the changes you are willing to make. The latter shows that you want to contribute to solving the issue and that you will change your own behavior if necessary. You might say, "I'd like to ask you, Joe, to always talk to me first before you promise something to a customer. And in return, I'll do my best from now on to schedule product planning meetings so that you can attend them and share your ideas and requests." Finally, wrap up the conversation and close the meeting ask the other person about their experience so you can get better at offering constructive feedback. You might say, "Thanks for the open and constructive conversation, Joe. I'm glad that we sorted things out and I'm pleased with the actions we've agreed on. How did the meeting go for you?" I hope you found this video helpful. You can learn more about offering effective feedback by attending my training courses and by reading my book, How to Lead in Product Management. The links are in the description. Thank you for watching.